Good. That's all working, and I should have audio. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we're good. And that goes into there. I set that to live chat because why would you want top chat on the YouTube? Right. Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Material Energy Natural Capital. I've even got it written up. I always forget the names of these mod packs. So yes, this is Material Energy Natural Capital. This is a mod pack that I've done before, and I just kind of got the hankering to kind of go back to it. Start fresh, do things a little differently, you know, the usual. So this mod pack, there's no enemies in the world, there's no mobs to kill. Everything's reasonably passive. That's not the challenge. The challenge is, with this pack, to build systems, to build automation, to allow you to submit to the quests, and the quests will give you the access to the shop. So you can buy like the Ender Quarry or whatever. You can craft these things as well, but these allow you sort of a quicker way of doing things. Certainly things like the steam oven, for example. Well, you can use the steam oven to make baked potatoes, which is used for a quest in capitalism. We've got a few here. We've got things like clean water, which I'm currently handing in. Yes, that is rather a lot of clean water that we have to hand in. And guess what? It drains the lakes. Well, we'll wander down there now. So yeah, the mod pack wants you to destroy this world. Water is finite. It gives you 2 Buildcraft quarries as a quest reward, reasonably near to the beginning of it. This pack wants you to destroy this world and to hand it in. And you know, the insinuation is that it goes off to some supercomputer somewhere in the depths of time and space. But you know, right here, right now, what you are doing is basically just fueling the various systems in order for you to do more. And yes, that's what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, this probably drain this lake out, or at least most of this lake out for that quest. And which means I have built my sugarcane farm in a really stupid place, because that's all going to drain. Unless I chop it off, actually. So let's make it as... So this will actually break the sort of the line, and it won't empty from here. That's fine. And then I can plant my sugarcane on there. Right, so that's sugarcane done, or growing for that, and that's the water going into that system. Salt I can hand in. These are basically just repeatable quests. Every so often, like every 3 days or something, they repeat, and so you can hand in more stuff. So for example, I can do dirt again. I'll just pick up a bit more dirt because I've been clearing out quite a lot of land. So yeah, I've got loads of dirt, so we can get 2 coins for that. Logging industry, 400 wood. Well, I could go around with my lumber axe, but what we want to do is some kind of an automated system for that. And same with things like shards of the earth. Well, all of it pretty much. We want to automate as much as we possibly can. And oh, crafting tables are disabled as well, so you know, important thing to note, crafting tables are in fact disabled. Now this was to make barrels, because I could have sworn there were barrels in the game, and there aren't actually, which yeah, has led me to a little bit of an issue. But I do also need clay. I should get my this thing working again. Let me go into... Where did I put that? Right. Let's repair up this this thing. That's the sandstone. But what I need is repair that one. So moving on back out, we can get the clay that's in here. Of course, you know, draining the rivers has some quite, you know, useful bonuses in that you'll be able to easily see the clay in the... And yes, we will be draining that sea over there because we need the water, basically. And over time, you know, we'll have multiple pumps all hooked up to water producing systems. We'll attempt to automate it in different ways as much as we possibly can. But let's get the salt. All of the salt. Actually, it'll be a bit quicker if I do this. I need clay. Because I need to make the grout for the... Well, for a few things actually, grout is used for. So the coke oven is you need to take your grout and then God, what do you do with it? You basically craft it into a coke oven. You make the coke oven. You then put that those bricks into the coke oven, and you go from there. It's a little different to normal. Just a little bit more salt, and then we'll be able to hand it in again, and maybe get something. I don't know what to buy next. I can, however, see that the stream's not doing particularly well tonight, which would be a surprise. The post-apocalypticness in the UK is pretty much over. There's some storms in Ireland and Scotland, I believe, but that really shouldn't be affecting my internet by now, so I'm not completely certain why this has suddenly become a problem. Well, apart from the usual, you know, privatisation and BT-ness. Right. Let's get some more thingamajigs. Worms. All the worms we need. Yeah, let's do some worms. This is in 1.6.4, I believe, so it's a slightly older mod pack, which means that, you know, I've got used to things like auto jump, which is a bit of a, you know, point of contention for some people. Some people like it, some people don't. You know, it's one of those features that you can just, you know, switch off if you don't like it. It doesn't really affect the game if you switch it off that much, but I don't know, I've kind of grown to not exactly like it, but I've kind of grown used to having it. So being on these older mod packs, it's that's the only thing that I sort of miss is the wrong word. You know, it's just one of those features that I've kind of grown used to. So right, where is it? That one. And get the grout in there. Right, let's see what we can buy. We can submit that. We need one more worm. Hold on, do I have one more worm? Can I get one more worm? I think I need a shovel to get worms. I don't think I can do it with just a hand. There we go. That's the worm. Alright, hand in the worms. Get some more cash. So I've got 8 coins that I can now spend on things. Now, some of the quests ask for farms, for quite large farms we'll need. So that's one way to go. I don't think there's one where I can get quick and easy access to smeltery stuff. There is a basic materials one which will give me 3 coins. That's not actually too bad. I think what I could do, I'll do that. I'll get the gardening ones. Just dump my stuff in this chest. I'll get the gardening ones, gardening tools, so we can get a nice large farm up. And then reward. So that will get us a nice large farm. And then I think we'll also get the iron, these materials. And I can't do anything with that yet, with those iron ore berries yet, but all of that will be quite useful. And I've still got 3 left. Let's see what else I can get. Player transport, it's not really useful at the moment. Capturing wand, no. Tools, B4. I can't buy another one of those yet. I could just save up for steam power, and that's what I might do actually. Or get miner's ring. Yeah, let's get a miner's ring for 3. Stick that on baubles. That will give us haste, apparently. Yeah, we'll get haste, so we can break blocks quicker. Excellent. Right, let's get a hoe up. Right, I'm going to have my farms down here. So, right, I need a stone slab because I'm getting irritated with this. So now we can easily get up here. And then 5. That should do. And what seeds do I have? I've got cactus seeds. Well, let's get those cactus seeds growing. Because I don't know, but I might need them for something, but I don't know what I will need them for, but it's probably an idea just to get them going. So let's get these up. Benefit of that is that in crop sticks they will grow next to one another, so yeah. There's that. And then lettuce, onion, spice leaf, corn seed. What I would like is some potatoes. Actually, was some potato seeds there? Carrot. I've got carrot seeds. What else do I have? I would quite like potato. There we go. Right, so I've only got 1 potato. Let's spread it as much as possible. Okay, so that will allow the potato seeds to spread as much as possible. And so I'll do a 5x5 eventually of potatoes, and probably a 5x5 of cacti as well, just because it's quite useful to have. And then when these Buildcraft quarries start running, we'll basically just start removing chunks of the world outside of this space, and then probably building them actually. Build factories down to bedrock or something along those lines. We'll see what happens. So I can get irrigation that will get speed up crop growth quite a bit. So this one, so that's just block breaking speed. So I can go down, where is it, here. This should now be a lot faster for me to break blocks with. Yeah, I think that's done the trick. There's quite a lot of new ores down here which you can use with, I think it's like the lab table or something, but yeah, you can break them down into ores and stuff. It's a it's a really good mod pack, I find. It's something a little bit different from something like Crash Landing, which is it's a very good mod pack, but it has the sort of the problem of being very an awful lot of the good mod packs out there are all pretty much similar. You are taking a bad situation and trying to make the best out of it. In this, you are given everything. You're given the marketplace. You're given the coins to, you know, the quest will give the coins, and you can choose your rewards. But you are given everything, and you kind of try and reduce it down into nothing, which is an interesting way to go, really, when I've got these two buildcraft quarries that are... I'm probably going to move this one actually over here somewhere, but yeah, I've got two buildcraft quarries ready to go. I'm slowly draining that lake of water, and once that water is gone, then I'm going to be basically pilfering it for all the resources that have been left behind. It's very different to what you'll find elsewhere. Just because, yeah, I am wrecking this world, and you know, that's the point of this place, is to just wreck this world. How far are we through? We're 33% complete. Probably not going to drain this lake then, actually, looking at it. We've got still quite a bit of it left. Got some ink sacks there, which I'll definitely pick up. And I do need a bit more sand for things and stuff. Yeah, because as you can see, I'm getting red onyx by doing this. And I can also put the sand on top of the rock hounding sieve, and that will... Okay, it's probably an item, so I'll go to the back. Hold on. What's it called? Yeah, here we go. Rockhound sieve, which you can't craft them, which is weird. But you do get one straight at the beginning for you to do as you will with. I'll be working with that in a second. Just gonna get all this salt that I can see. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we've done... Ah, yeah, because we've got the crop sticks, so yeah. And that will get us access to naturalism, which I think gives us more ways of earning stuff from that. Right. And progression gives us sort of a rough guide of quite where we should be going down the tree. It's not like oh, I guess it's vaguely like oh, what was that mod pack? Oh, I forgot about this because it's going to be... Oh no, it doesn't matter because the water's on this side as... Oh, it's draining the whole lot. It's actually draining the whole lot, so me cutting this off won't matter. I'll have to move this farm elsewhere, probably up here actually. I can probably just move it up here. Let's just abandon this as a farm and move it up here into this pond. Up here or something. It's probably a little bit of a sloppy way of doing things, but if it does the job, I don't really care too much. And I'll adapt that a little bit more once I've got things like buckets and the ability to actually build it up properly. But for now, that will do the job, I hope. I can just break all of that and then make sure that that knows that it can just go straight through. Yeah. And why is that not running? Because it's got no wood in it. There we go. Let's go into there. Start handing these in. Oh yeah, something that did sort of spring to mind was Factorio, actually, when you're playing this, and I think that was actually an influence in the pack. The idea of Factorio, where you're just building these sort of big factories to do things, to do important things. Those are weeds. We don't like weeds at all. I'll go to the sieve. I can get some more of this. Now ultimately what I want up here is something akin to an autonomous activator to plant the the dirt or whatever, the gravel or whatever down. Right, so we need 200. Right, so this does need to be automated. This one. Well, all of this does. Flowers. Oh, how are we going to do flowers? There is actually a way, isn't there? There's a deploy. It's the bone meal one, isn't it? The bone meal trick. Oh, yeah. It's not called the deployer. It's Project Red. Okay. Block placer. It must be the block placer. Block breakers. So basically, the principle is that you build a dark room that's 1 block high, and it's got grass underneath. Yeah, it's got grass down. And when you place the bone mill, it will turn into grass and flowers and whatever. And because it's dark, it will then all break automatically, and then you can pipe it out using Buildcraft, I believe. Yeah, obsidian pipes. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to build a like a sluice gate type of thing, where you have some method of planting bone meal, and then you can use like hoppers and waterfalls and that sort of thing to clear it off, and then you can replant again. That might be right. Let's build a sort of cheap sluice gate system about here, I think. So I need some cobble there and there. Right, so where the cobble is here will be water. Now, water, as we know, will spread 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think it's to here. So I think it goes from, I can't really remember, but I think it goes from there outwards 8 blocks, and then we'll stop, which is what we want. So we end up with this channel here. We can then put like conveyor belts or something similar down that will then take all of the items into a hopper. Let's just get this like that. Of course, this will be pistons. And then you put your redstone, your red wire down, which will be red. Which will be this stuff. Here we go. Red insulated wire. yeah, so we'll need to have an alloy furnace, and then it's redstone and copper. So reasonably easy sort of system to set up. And I've actually put my coke oven next to it at this point. Yeah, I can have my coke ovens next to it. Just rank them all up here. That'll be all right. I should note that this game does not have ender chests. So if you want to get fluid from, say, somewhere over there to somewhere over here, you can't magically teleport it over distances. Instead, we have something called railcraft, and you basically run tanks, railway tanks, from one place to another, which is rather nice. So, and that's peat coal. Now I can hand in. Oh, it's dry. It's got to be dried peat that I've got to hand in. So let me just hand in that. I can hand in more salt. I can hand in dirt. Really what you would want to do is find a way of automating this. Now, I suspect that Project Red would be able to do some form of automation to get the right amounts of stuff into a pipe, I think. Even if it's something as simple as doing a logistics system and say, hey, I need X amount of this in this pipe. Yeah, that's probably the way that you would go. That's more coke oven bricks. And also I would quite like to get a tank down so that I know where the tanks need to go. Oh, so many of these. Oh, yes, I need to start getting some hemp down as well. That's potato seeds, that's weeds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we have a couple between them, and then get the hemp down. Just all of that, because that's going to be useful for other things. Things like water wheels later on. Well, obviously not the hemp, but like the oh god, what is it? The windmills. The windmills for the hemp. But yeah, so that's basically where I'm heading at the moment. Getting some kind of large-scale automatic power or passive power sorted out, I should say. And I need more stuff in the forging hammer. God, there's so much to do at the moment. Let's get an auto workbench set up for. Oh, there we go. We've got no normal workbenches at the moment. It's just this one. We do have a Project Red version of the workbench at our disposal. That's sand, that's cobblestone. I wanted the gravel. Do I have any more? Yes. Yes, I do. Sand. I have actually been playing some Crash Landing again recently with some mates. It's kind of sort of pushed me to sort of kick this one back up again. I do like Crash Landing, but there's some aspects of it which are a bit especially when you've been playing other packs that use some sort of similar systems. Like I've been playing the the Lost Souls version of Forever Stranded, and it's alright, but it does an awful lot of stuff with like invisible enemies, which I just don't like. With this, it's quite nice because you don't have any enemies. It's not that sort of pack. And the challenge comes from building the systems rather than having to defend your base against hordes of mobs, which can get a little tiresome. You know, I like sort of difficult packs, but I don't like unfair packs. And the problem with the Lost Souls map is that it does start to stray into unfair territory rather than difficult territory. When you've got invisible enemies coming at you, or extremely tough enemies coming at you, and you have no chance of survival, and it's just a death cycle because you have no real ability and no real chance of destroying this enemy. In one instance, I basically had to kill it eventually by getting it trapped somewhere in the base between the landing legs, and it couldn't quite pathfind out, and it was a couple of minutes slog of hitting it with a stone sword or something to eventually kill the thing. Had a lot of health, it had a lot of toughness, and at my base level there was no way that I was going to be able to destroy it. So yeah, there's that. And I would not necessarily mind that normally, but the mobs have no there's no sort of this is how you kill it. There's no what's the word, tactic to destroy the mob, because it just flitters around all over the place. You can't reliably hit it, and yeah, it's not like a boss in World of Warcraft. They don't behave in the same way. So yeah, there's that, and that's kind of sucks, because, well, you should always have the ability to win. Things shouldn't be unfair. I mean, even Dark Souls is not unfair, it's just hard, and can be sometimes a little difficult for somebody to get the distinction between the two, I find. Anyway, how's this doing? So we're halfway now to handing in this quest and suitably draining this river. I'm going to go and sleep because I can do that, and just fast forward to day when I can see, and we'll sort of go from there, really. Got some potatoes, nice. Not that it really matters. I don't quite have what I need. I might actually almost have. Oh, I've got unlocked the basics. Oh, excellent! By making enough of these, I've actually unlocked the ability to make even more of these. Excellent. Because that's the sort of pack this thing is. Oh, I can't remember if you leave a hole in the middle or not. You leave a hole in the middle. Oh. Formed, no. Harvestable, no. Correct tool, pickaxe. Well, I'm using a pickaxe. Oh well. Oh, damn it. Excellent. Let's have 3 blocks in between these. Yeah, because this is the Railcraft version rather than the Immersive Engineering version. The IE version doesn't is just 27 blocks, whereas the Railcraft version is 26. So I'll put 3 between them. Yeah, so let's put 3 between them here as well. Oh, I finished Subnautica as well. That was... It kind of fell into a little bit of a trap that an awful lot of games fall into in their sort of later game. In the final quest has you revisiting areas over and over again. I mean, it was alright, and I guess the ship was kind of cool. Some of the achievements I don't think unlocked, which was a bit weird. Somebody else had, somebody else mentioned that their achievements weren't actually unlocking in Subnautica, which, a little bit odd as to why exactly that is, but anyway, is what it is, really. All in all, Subnautica was quite a nice, sort of fun little game, and I've just found out that Pit People has now been released out of early access, so I may have to go back to that one at some point. I might play a bit of that tonight, actually. I don't know. We'll see. Or tomorrow. Well, yeah, I might stream it tomorrow, but I might play a little bit of it tonight. Also been doing a load of Fallout. It's a fun game when you've got it modded, and I am now to the point in the mod where it kind of splits between the sort of the good and the bad of the mod. It can get very annoying when it sort of death locks you. So if you die near Hangman's Alley, it does not spawn you in Hangman's Alley, it spawns you just outside on a path where mobs are known to spawn. And so, or patrol into. And so you can end up respawning at that point with next to no health in front of super mutants, because that's just how the game is. And then when you die, you just respawn back to that point. So not actually a very useful place, and from that point it's very, very annoying to find your way back to Hangman's Alley. So as a result, I barely now use Hangman's Alley, which is a bit of a shame, because it's in a quite good area for salvage. I'm using more sort of Upland Station or Opland Station, sorry, and Grey Garden and those sorts of places rather than Hangman's Alley, which, it's a bit of a shame. But if the mod doesn't really want me to use it, then yeah, which it doesn't seem to. It's I don't know if it's a bug or what, but it's something that probably should be looked at some point. I don't know. Maybe I've just managed to download the buggy version. Yes. As always. Alright, let's get some more wood in here, because we should be almost done, I think, with this one. Yeah, 70%, so it shouldn't be that long until this is emptied out. I don't know if I'm going to have to move this. I hope not. I am, aren't I? Yep, I have to move this because it... Oh, maybe not. Maybe this is the version that does actually do what it should be doing. Yeah, it is. Some point they changed how the Buildcraft pump works, and so it will actually now work with flowing water, which I'm glad about. And I'll wait until that's actually emptied out. before continuing on with that. What else do I need to do then? So they want me to now make a rolling machine. Might actually be able to do that. If I could spell. Let's see. Oh god, yeah, I can do that. Should be in here. Maybe not. It must be in here then. That one, and then the iron is in here. And I'll put it into this one. That will make a rolling machine. That will give me a whole load of really useful stuff. Things like the conveyor belt I'll want to be using in the flower farm. Not that I actually have any bone meal yet. I'm going to work on that. I don't know how I would make it. Bone meal. Bones. Enriched bone meal. Maybe like a fertilizer would do that. Fertilizer. Oh, fertilizer from metallurgy. Right, yeah. So I'd need the metal. I think it's the metallurgy. Abstractor. No idea what that is. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, the chemical. There we go. The chemical extractor from. Is it rock? Yeah, it's from rock hounding mod. Yeah, so it's a bit of an expensive one, but at the moment it's a bit of an expensive one because I don't have access to. Well, all the stuff I want to have access to. Capitalism. That's 80% complete. I need to hand in some more salt. Let's find some more salt. I need to start working out a system where I can just have, the salt in a chest. I could have sworn this had barrels of some description. Or I think there's an item barrel, which might be what I'm thinking of, but I could have sworn there were. Maybe that was in an old version of it. Let's see what salt. Obviously, with Pam's Harvestcraft, you can make salt using some water in a pot. But at this time, it's just as easy to just dig it all up out of the pits, the salt mines. And there we go. Right, so now we've got 10 copper coins. Got to basics. No. Oh, I could actually hand that one in. That will unlock naturalism. So basically, handing in sort of more complicated things. Ooh. Oh, that's okay. So for this, I would need to turn in a 10-10-10 potato seed. Okay. And then, yeah, so this is handing in natural stuff and getting a lot more for it. Or, okay. Yeah, so yeah, so it's just other ways of getting cash, but you can sort of get an awful lot more cash out of those ones, but they are more awkward to do, which is fair. You know, bigger risk and bigger reward as a result. If I run out of wood in there again, get some more wood. I need to work on an awful lot of things. Tree farm though would be rather useful at this stage. I'll have to have a quick look to see how I might make one. I think forestry is in the map, in the pack. Right, okay. So if I want to make a tree farm, like a chopper. Let's see. Well, do we have a farm in here? Okay, what do we have? We got the farming. We've got the turtles. Those are right. Those are quite advanced. Those turtles. Okay, so maybe not turtles. We don't have the farms from forestry because we don't have forestry. What else do we have? Steve's carts? No. Let's try and think. I mean, theoretically, you could do it with a chopper, like a felling axe and some kind of planting thing. We don't have golems because those are Thorncraft. No, I don't think, because that's a 1710 mod. Ooh, this is a tricky one actually. I don't think of a way to do. Don't have Ender IO either. It would be drone. Would be the other one. A drone. It's from Buildcraft. 118 pages because you've got all the facades. I can't remember what it is that I'm thinking of, but I can't remember when those were actually added into the mod, and it's quite likely that's 1.7.10 that I'm thinking of. There we go. Oh, yeah, sorry, robots, yeah. So, robot would indeed be one, but that's quite an advanced thing, because you need an assembly table, and we don't have assembly tables yet. So, yeah, I'm not sure how that would be done. Mechanism. Precision sawmill, yeah, okay, but thermal expansion doesn't have anything. It's a chainsaw. Sawmill. Again, not what I'm looking for. Oh, right, okay. That might be a grindy one, but I don't know. Right, I think I'm going to end this video here a little bit earlier tonight than usual, because I'm just going to sort of do more wandering around this world, really. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video for the moment. Tomorrow, we might do some pit people. I don't know. We'll see. Either pit people or stationeers. As I said, we'll see. But for now, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.